Hello there friends and welcome. Today we have at last Baldur's Gate 3, the full release of course. And I want to start with a stream, right, with my first impressions and all that. So let's just wait until we get a few more viewers on so we can begin. First with character creation, of course, one of the most important parts of any CRPG. And no, I don't mean to disappoint you, but we will not be playing as an elven beauty, I'm afraid. Still, we have a lot of options to go through. Alright, I see we already got some viewers now, so maybe we should start already. Others will soon come, I'm sure. Hello there. My build, well, first hello Gabriel, Ray and Jordan too. I'm thinking of going with a Warlock the first time because, I mean, I played a bit of Early Access, right? And it surprised me that it was in many ways just like Solasta, which I've also covered. After all, both are 5th edition. And I found Warlock to be very fun, definitely more fun than Wizard, at least for the early stages of the game. And I'm not sure how long it's going to take to level in Baldur's Gate 3, right? But yeah, I plan on going with a Warlock first, I think. Later I want to go with a Wizard Necromancer, depending on how unique their class abilities and so on are. Let me just get my chat overlay here so I can see what everyone is speaking properly. Will Baldur's Gate 3 mark the end of an era for Pathfinder builds? No way. There's always lots and lots of Pathfinder content to cover, and I'm pretty sure we'll be getting some new DLC coming. There's still 2 more after all. Circle of Spores Druid build. Yeah, I'm interested in Druid too. But first I really want to go with a Warlock. Alright. Oh, for some reason I can't get my chat overlay here. Let me just fix that in a moment so we can begin and so on. I guess I need to change the hotkey for something else that's not in conflict with the game's already existing ones. But yeah, let's just cover the few options we have here so far. First, I really like that the Dark Urge origin, right, which is supposed to be very unique. At first I thought you would be stuck having to play as the Dragonborn character, right, but thankfully we can customize both our appearance and class while being Dark Urge. But I want to save that for like a second playthrough. First I just want to go with the custom origin, right, for a true main character, I'd say. One that has all the options available to them anyways. Warlock, Manly Witch, let's go, yeah. Temp, I played Early Access, but I didn't play a lot. Only just to get the hang of how the game mechanics would end up being, because Well, I wanted to understand how it all was, right? Before getting into the game, but at the same point, I didn't want to fully spoil myself and so on. So, when it comes to race, I was actually surprised that I don't think they offer many unique benefits nowadays. I know that in early access you had different bonuses to ability points, but I think nowadays it's pretty much almost the same. I mean, my human was able to get +2 in one stat, just like other races. But anyways, for human, amusingly enough, they have this civil militia special racial feature, which gives them proficiency with pole arms and so on, and also armor proficiency with light, armor and shields, which is somewhat amusing. I didn't know this was a human exclusive stuff in 5th edition. And you can also select an additional skill to be proficient in, together with increased your carrying capacity. Not sure why, but that always helps if you don't want to play a high strength character, I suppose. Eldritch Knight, well, I haven't really tested this in Baldur's Gate 3 Fury. Name him Adam. I kinda have a specific name I want to choose for the Warlock build anyways. But as you can see, one of the different parts about Baldur's Gate 3, one of its unique features of course compared to the other CRPGs, is that the characters look gorgeous, right? The game really is very pretty to look at, especially when it comes not just to the models of the characters themselves, but also the backgrounds and so on. Most CRPGs, if you played them in the past, well, graphics wasn't exactly their main strength. They were never at the top tier graphics of their time. But Baldur's Gate 3 seems to want to change that. It seems, as always, humans are the one single race that doesn't get dark vision, which I suppose can be a bit annoying depending on how light sources work, but we do have a light cantrip anyway, so maybe that's gonna help. I really wanna go with a human for the first character at least. Don't worry, the other builds won't be just human anyways. As far as class, I was actually expecting more on the full release, but hopefully they managed to make each of the classes unique, and I imagine more will come through DLC and so on, right? Because currently Pathfinder has it beat by a big margin, at least when it comes to classes. And yeah, as I said, I want to go with a Warlock first, because Eldritch Blast is a really powerful feature early game. The damage is great, and the fact you, just like in Solasta, you can apply extra damage and push the enemies away from you for free without a saving throw, makes for a really good and fun ability. And I imagine in a game like Baldur's Gate 3, because it's developed by Larian, there's gonna be a lot of options to push enemies away and have them like fall into lava or into their doom to instantly kill them and so on. So I think Warlock with Repelling Blast is going to be quite fun. We have a few Warlock spells too, which have a shared amount of spell slots, just like in Solasta. And let's choose our cantrips first. Eldritch Blast, of course, is the must-have. I mean, if you are a Warlock and you aren't picking this, what are you doing, right? Of course, later there's a Warlock-specific archetype that can empower their melee attacks, so maybe you won't need your Eldritch Blast anymore. But for the early game, it's really good. For the second cantrip, we actually don't need anything else for damage. Blade Ward seems interesting because it adds resistance to physical damage, which is quite the powerful ability to have, right? That's half damage taken from all physical sources. It only lasts 2 turns, but doesn't require concentration, and as a ranged character, I don't think we really need it. Maybe if we could pre-buff with it, but 2 turns is kinda short. In Baldur's Gate 3, it's gonna disappear very fast unless you cast it during battle only. Let's go with Friends for a second cantrip, right? It gives advantage on charisma checks, which I guess can work as utility for merchants or NPCs and so on. Or hopefully it does. Now, for subclass, okay, so this is a part of Baldur's Gate 3 that really annoys me so far, because, well, it doesn't seem like the game shows you the full progression of your class abilities and skills, right? For example, with Warlock we can select our patron here, and depending on the patron, we'll get a different subclass feature. And this will actually upgrade at, let's say, level 6 and level 10 plus. The problem is it doesn't show you what it will become later, right? So how can you properly build your character if you don't know what you'll be getting outside of guides or already being a high level character, if you know what I mean, right? In Pathfinder at least, we get to see the full progression of everything our class will give us, including spells too, which can also help. Maybe I'm missing something, but I don't think we can do this in Baldur's Gate 3 so far. Which I hoped they would change from early access, but I don't think so. And well, we only know what we get at level 1. For some classes like Wizards, they only get their archetype at level 2, and you only know what it is when you actually go there in the first place, which is a bit annoying to me. Hopefully that's changed down along the path, right, because it doesn't seem to me very hard to implement. And like I said, it's a very important part of building your character properly. Let me just catch up with the chat a bit. Human is good as a warlock, we get shields. Yeah, shields can help avoid damage. Who needs dark vision when we have double sight? That's true. And yeah, Pavel, all race seems to get the same bonuses now, I believe. And yep, it is based on 5th edition, Alec. I am playing on Explorer first, because to me it's the normal difficulty. I want to save Tactician from when I actually know what I'm doing properly, right? So for the second playthrough on Mars, or maybe once I'm at half the game and so on. As far as Wyll, I mean, I know he is a special, one of the party members that has a unique Warlock and Patron. It's just that I want to go with the custom background first for the character. And yeah, Puri, I also found the spell descriptions to be a bit lacking. Yeah, Gabriel, we really need to see our progression properly. It's strange to me that we can't see that. But anyways, like role-playing wise, I really like the Great Old One because of all of the Lovecraftian influences and all that. Plus, the first subclass feature is interesting too. Mortal Reminder, whenever you get a critical hit, that creature and all nearby enemies must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or become frightened. It doesn't last very long, which I imagine also helps because we don't want enemies running away from us forever, right? But in any case, Eldritch Blast can get critical hits, and since we get to fire multiple ones as we level up, and we have the bonuses of advantage, I imagine this can help. The Archfey ability seems interesting too, which lets us charm or frighten enemies. At least if it's infinite uses, so for a more controller type of warlock, I guess this can work. The Fiend one of granting you temporary hit points when you kill enemies, I'm not sure if it stacks. I mean, if it does, it can be quite powerful, but... And as a warlock, you can easily kill enemies, but I kinda want to go with the Great Old One, just for RP. Later, I'm sure you can just respec your character anyways. Now for spells, let's see. Hello there, M-Silo. But are the pets OP? Well, unfortunately, I think Ranger gets a pet. There doesn't seem to be that many summon monster spells, which kinda disappointed me. I mean, I imagine even at level 1 we would already have a summon monster spell, but I don't think so. Anyways, for our Warlock spells, frankly we don't really need anything because Eldritch Blast is good enough on its own. Oh wait, we actually want Hex, right? Hex is OP. In Solasta it's called Malediction, I imagine because they couldn't use the official rules for some stuff. But yeah, this is a must-have for any Warlock. It's cast as a bonus action, and the best part is it lasts until the other long rest, so pretty much it's gonna last forever. If you kill an enemy under Hex, you can use a bonus action to apply it for free on another target, so you'll never run out of it. Which is what makes it so efficient, right? Plus it's gonna add an extra 1 to 6 damage to your Hex enemy. Early game, you can easily one-shot enemies with your Blast and Hex, and like I said, you can just keep on reapplying it forever on other allies. Enemies, I mean. Plus, it even gives disadvantage on ability checks, which can also help. But for the second spell, we don't really need anything. I mean, Hellish Rebuke can help a bit because it's cast as a reaction, at least. But since Hex requires concentration, you kinda don't want other concentration spells unless they are really good. In early game, they just aren't. It's much better to just use Hex and blast enemies with your Eldritch powers. Yeah, we want the Hex, definitely. And hello, Alex. Warlock gets Imperquisite, and yeah, they can go invisible at will, but I think nowadays they aren't infinite castings anymore, I think. Unlike early access. Well, I don't know about tabletop, but Hex so far in the game, on the early access at least, it was very powerful. I could easily one-shot enemies with it, but for the second spell, we don't really need anything important. Especially because they mostly all require concentration. I'll just go with Hellish Rebuke, because at least it's a reaction and not concentration. Well, I mean, Armor of Agathis. It's kinda just 5 temporary hit points. For the early game, I suppose it can help. And it doesn't require concentration. But I'd rather have Hellish Rebuke now. For the background, no Pickpocket anymore, I'm afraid. I think this is going to depend on what proficiencies we already get as far as skills, right? When it comes to Warlock, we have Arcana, Religion, Insight, Survival, and Intimidation. So there's no point in picking one that has overlapping proficiencies, I think. I probably want to go with something that enhances our Persuasion side, right? A Warlock needs Charisma. And we only have Intimidation as a skill. We need Persuasion too. But at the same time, I also want Stealth. So yeah, Criminal I think is the way to go. We get both Deception, which helps. It's also a Charisma-based skill for bluffing, and Stealth. Stealth, from what I've tested, it's just as OP as Amazing Solasta, if not even more. Right, if you have high Stealth, you can just destroy enemies without them ever noticing you. Let's see if it stays the same way in the full release. Oh wait, we still have to edit our character's appearance, right? There's actually a lot of choices, definitely the CRPG with the biggest amount of choices, especially when it comes to your face and so on. It's very detailed here. Yeah, I do think Hex is a staple for early levels too. Oh, for face, let's go with the classic Vault Dweller face, if you know what I mean. There was an amusing news article about this face from Larian. The classic Vault Dweller one. But I do think it's one of the better looking faces in the game. I was kinda expecting more from early access though. Oh, there's even this here, but I don't think we can show it in the chat, right? But anyways. Besides that, have body art, I don't want any tattoos. Eyes, let's go with green. The hair, there's actually way more options I think than in early access, and they all have this unique names like Plucky Fable, Cauldron Foam, Tidy Mohawk. Even some lore names too, like Luskan Plume, which is a city in Forgotten Realms, the setting of the game. But let's just go with an unassuming hair, like a normal one. Oh wait, there's this one that's very funny. I think the going bald one, Hubris. That's amusing. But anyways, Windblown, yeah, that's fine. And it's also the classic Vault Dweller look. Let's just keep the hair black, I think. And for facial hair, I think this one is great for a Warlock, a Charming Devil. And you can actually choose your character's body type. I mean, the fourth one is a really muscular and big guy. I don't think it fits a Warlock that much, but that's just me, so I'll be going with 2. Alright, and ability scores, of course, one of the most important parts of the game. Yeah, I do think Hex is going to be more useful now. At least for the early game, we can easily one-shot enemies. Like I said, it seems all races gain the same bonuses to ability scores, which is, well, in a way it's good, but in another way it's bad. It's up to what you prefer. But as a Warlock, we really need Charisma. It's really strange to me that we can't go higher than 17 at character creation. At least I don't think we can. Yeah, we can't. Usually 18, I mean even 20, but we are stuck with 17 only. Anyways, Charisma is our main stat. We can even add the damage, well, the extra modifier anyways, to damage with our blast as early as level 2, which even gets multiplied when you get multiple blasts per cast. Wisdom, Intelligence, we don't need it. Strength is completely unnecessary, I guess if you want to jump, but there are spells that enhance that. Dexterity is very important too. I kinda want to go with 16 Dexterity, but I don't want to reduce Wisdom and Intelligence lower than 9. Maybe we can reduce Constitution just to get more Dexterity. I mean, we are mostly a ranged character anyways. Later we can just increase the Constitution. The main reason I want Dexterity is because of how stacked it is in 5th edition, just like I explained for my Solasta build guides. For example, it's quite loaded. It adds a lot to a lot of stuff. First, Dexterity saving throws help when it comes to avoiding spell damage. It helps increase your initiative. It also increases both ranged attack and also damage, together with finessable weapons too, like you have built-in weapon finesse for free, based on Dexterity, so it really is good. And of course, stealth checks. Like I said, stealth is quite OP in this game. And I think that's enough for us to finally start, right? So let's go. Tav, I think, is the default name. Let's change it. Oh wait, I actually want a special name, right? I'm sure those that played Neverwinter Nights 2 know who Amon is. And he's my favorite Warlock in the setting. Oh, we get to choose our Guardian. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but during Early Access, wasn't the Guardian like the lover that would appear in your dreams? I think it's kind of amusing that they went with Guardian, because imagine, like, select your Guardian. I mean, for a Wizard or a Warlock, I would go with a hulking type of guy, right? That's the classic Wizard and Warlock companion, Guardian. But then if it's still your lover, this is the guy that's going to appear in your dreams as far as trying to seduce you, which is kind of amusing if you don't know what you're getting into, but let's go with something like this. At the very least, it'll be funny. Even get to customize them, I think. A bit at least. Yeah, but I often don't have the patience to, you know, customize everything and everyone. Oh, let's go with the mohawk hair. I always wanted a mohawk myself, but my hair just doesn't grow this way. Natural blonde. That's not blonde, that's white, right? Let's go with... Oh, maybe it's because of the highlights that are making the hair white or something. I don't know. Ways. Yeah, let's keep the hair. Well, if the hair's gonna be white, let's go with a drow, right? At least it fits. I still think it's surprising that you can play as a drow. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but unless they change something in 5th edition, aren't they still a kill-on-sight race on the surface, at least? Oh wait, we can also go with a female drow, right? Let's pretend we have our Viconia at home, which is gonna be this character here. No way, Seldarin drow, no way. Love drow, of course, always. Let's just give her a hair that reminds me of Viconia anyways. Like a long flowing hair. I don't have much time or patience to customize this at all. So let's go. Now I hope you don't mind me skipping the cutscenes. I imagine, at least the initial one, most people that play Early Access already watched that, and I kind of want to get into the game already for the gameplay part, right? Thankfully I can save my game now. I think there's a bug going on where if you don't turn off cloud saves and cross saves, you can save the game. At least to me, it wasn't working properly. But now it is, thankfully. Yeah, pretty much kill on sight. That's what I thought. Oh, we have the Mind Flayer hatchery. I think it's interesting that they decided to go with the whole Mind Flayer background and lore with the game. Let's reach towards the pool. Okay, it exploded on top of us. At least we didn't take any damage. So gameplay-wise, I personally think it's a bit cluttered here. I prefer the way it was done in Solasta. But at least they have separate icons for bonus actions, normal actions, spells and cantrips. I just later want to set up a proper hotkey or hotbar with the abilities I want, because I mean, I just want Hex and the Eldritch Blast first. I know there's like some chests here. There's at least one chest that we can pick. It's funny, but the Mind Flayers here are really poor, right? This Mind Flayer only has a Bloodstone, okay.
Dead.
Could give me an enchanted item at least. There's a chest up here, I think. Kinda wish the running speed was a bit faster too. Maybe that will change with the haste spell and so on.
Not everyone made it out alive.
Not everyone made it out alive, okay. Bugbears are more kill on sight now. That's strange. I mean, bugbears are a monster race. I guess the Seldarine, I mean, the Drows that worship that other good aligned goddess, Alice Tree or something, helped change the overall Forgotten Realms view of Drows in their favor. But I guess the Loft Drows must love that as well, since they have more freedom to do their scheming and evil stuff. Another thing that kind of annoys me is that I think this is always the same with Larian games. We can't highlight all of the interactables, right? Which is strange, because I mean, in Baldur's Gate 2, a game that's, what, 20 plus years old now, we could already do it. I can just highlight corpses here, not the actual chest and so on. Which, like I said, to me is a bit annoying. I don't want to have to go over with the mouse on everything to see if I can interact with it or not. Well, let's get into battle already. I really like the way the ship looks. Sphincter, kind of like how you expect a Mind Flayer ship with all the biomechanical stuff. We have to start compulsively kick saving like any true CRPG player. Oh, there's a goblin here, I never noticed it before. With 4 gold at least, I mean, this goblin is richer than the Mind Flayer. Also an Eldritch Tablet. Hey there, Cookid, and thank you so much for being here. Yep, I did play a bit of Early Access. Let's read the Eldritch Tablet.
1,000 years of humanoid history.
1,000 years of humanoid history. Okay.
Flash behind your eyes.
Oh, there's the Intellect Devour hatchery here, right? That's where the little voices are coming from. So let's grab our first companion. Our cute brain dog.
Yes, you've come to save us from
Psionic presence.
Exposed brain quivers.
I'm surprised, like the game is kind of gory, but I think that's to be expected when you're dealing with Mind Flayers.
They return.
Let's save the little brain.
Remove us from this body, from this case. Free us.
We have decent enough dexterity, so hopefully we can make the check, right? Yep, 20. That's enough. Gently pry the brain.
The brain lifts from the skull. But you notice.
Now let's not cripple it, it's our cute little friend. Let's spare it. There it goes. Cute, ain't it?
free.
The creature pauses.
Friend.
Listen.
We must go to the helm. At the helm, we are
Alright, let's go. Oh wait, we can actually... Us.
We are
Yeah, that's its name.
To the helm we go.
Hope I'm not going too fast, it's just that I want to focus on the gameplay of it all, otherwise we'll probably never finish the stream. But soon we'll be getting to our first true battle. The Mind Flayer, well, it's actually an Intellect Devourer. I guess what surprises me about this is we are in a ship on Hell, I think. Like, everything here could one-shot our level 1 character, even the Intellect Devourer if it wanted. Oh, there's a big dragon there. And our first companion, of course. I think we only ever got... No, there's 2 other CRPGs with Gift Companion too. Neverwinter Nights 2 and also Planescape Torment. But they were always the good aligned gifts. I think our party member here is the evil type, right? The Gifts Sarai or Githyanke. I always get it mixed up, which are the good and which are the evil ones. Yes, let's go. Yeah, I think imps are the only devil enemies we can fight without exploding ourselves. Like I said, initiative is very important, right? Which allows us to act first. Although you can also surprise enemies for a free round. Alpha strikes are as always amazing. Our Warlock acted first. I think he has the highest initiative of them all. And anyways, the classic Warlock playstyle where the game is very simple. Bonus action, Hex. It doesn't matter what type of Hex you choose, right? Because the enemy will just get one shot anyways. Later, you can at least get some synergy with some other party members' abilities and so on, depending on what type of saving throw they target. But let's just choose Wisdom. And now we just blast them, right? Because Hex is a bonus action, so we can still blast the enemy to submission. And there we go, we already dealt 9 damage, which is more than enough to one-shot them. 3 extra being applied. Oh wait, we absolutely want our log. I'm surprised it's not on by default, right? Because it's a Dungeons and Dragons CRPG, you need the combat log to see what the hell is happening. Let's move to the back here, so the enemies won't attack us. Oh, a little brain can also attack first. Hopefully can one-shot the enemy. Yep, there we go. I do think performance is a bit better so far. On the early access it could get a bit stuttery sometimes.
Time to strike.
Sadly, I mean, do we have a charge maneuver? Because I really think that's missing. Because moving is kind of annoying without being able to charge, right? I do think Lae'zel has an ability that lets her like rush at the enemy. Okay, rush attack, that's it. Oh, but sadly it's once per... it's per short rest, that's kind of annoying. Oh, she has a ranged weapon anyway, so let's do that first. Of course it mixed classic Dungeons and Dragons experience at 85% chance. Great. We have like infinite resting here anyways from the Mind Flayer pods here, so I think it's impossible to lose here. Anyways, just for the classic Warlock combo, now that the enemy has died, we can reapply Hex to another target, like I said, any type of Hex, as a bonus action and just blast them into submission, which is why I think Warlocks have like the easiest early game damage. This has one-shotting enemies, right? We dealt 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage. And the best part is it's mostly irresistible, right? I don't think enemies tend to resist Necrotic, even Undead don't. And as far as the blast itself is Force, which is also irresistible in most cases. Another thing I kind of find annoying is it doesn't tell you... Oh wait, I think now we get a little star next to the enemy so we know if they're empty or not, right? Because I remember in early access, we couldn't know if the enemy's body was you know, if they actually dropped something or not, so you had to keep on searching every single enemy, which was a bit annoying. Any tips on a student of Stone Aeon build? Well, I haven't tried that before, but I'll be sure to get into it eventually. Well, we might as well loot all of the bodies, right? Loot is loot after all, even if it's bad. Oh, I don't remember ever going here. More potions anyways. Arterial mesh. Oh, I don't remember ever climbing up this area. At least not in early access. Yeah, I'm pretty sure in early access it was a different way of getting to this area. Or maybe I'm missing something. But there's Shadowheart and the console. We have to free her. Sadly, we don't really have high ranks into intelligence, so we kind of fail all the Arcana checks besides the Annihilate. We might as well use so the pod people won't attack us. Shadowheart is still safe anyways. Yeah, the Sacrifice Coasties are also richer than the Mind Flayers that died before. I haven't really tried multiclassing yet, but we'll see. I mean, I hate multiclassing with spellcasting classes, because it delays your spellcasting progression. Let's save Shadowheart. Well, we absolutely have time for her. We have a Warlock specific dialogue options here, so let's pick it to see if we can... Yeah, we got just enough.
Warding runes. Are you satisfied? We need to
Warding rooms. Let's look for a latch.
Construction is too alien.
This ship is crashing. Do you intend to die?
I mean, we don't intend to die for her, but she can help us fight. I'll go look around. Don't worry.
The console.
Hopefully we can make the check here.
The console hums to life.
We're probably gonna fail the Arcana check. A 1. Of course we had to roll a 1. Critical failure.
Nothing in the appearance of the device betrays its purpose.
Let's place our hand. I think we can use our Mind Flayer powers anyways. Should do it.
Fades, and another sensation washes over.
Although our wisdom is kind... Oh well, it's just a 2, right? Unless we roll a 1. We can make the check just fine.
Feel the biomechanical brain a shiver run.
Alright. So now we have another party member. Now we still need to properly recruit her.
I thought that damn thing was going to...
Your mind lurches into her thoughts.
You keep
Yep, we do have a
company.
gift with us. Dangerous company is what you
Fair
need in a
point.
fight, just right.
Let me come with you.
Let's go.
Get off this Shadowheart.
She has a special artifact,
It's
right?
nothing. Enough of this.
Oh yeah,
chatter.
nothing. Of course it's
She's
nothing.
right.
Let's just save here. No combat maneuvers by default in 5th edition. Yeah, that's sad. I really am missing charge because of how useful it is to close in the distance with melee characters. Otherwise, range has a big advantage. Shadowheart is a trickery cleric, right? Let's see if she can buff us with something. Oh, and amusingly enough, early game, it's actually better to use your light crossbow than your Eldritch Blast, at least for level 1. Because you do get more damage out of it. Like I said, dexterity will be applied to both ranged, to hit, and damage. So it's 411 damage, our blast is just 110. At least at level 1. And because of how Hex works, the extra damage is applied to whatever source of damage, including our crossbow. It doesn't have to be, you know, the Eldritch Blast itself. I do wish Shadowheart had a ranged weapon though, but I think at the early stages... Oh, we can access their inventory now, right? In early access, we could only do it after this Prologue section. But I don't think I have another ranged weapon to give her. Oh, I do have another crossbow, that's nice. Thank God, just like in Pathfinder, you don't have to worry about ammunition, that's always annoying. In Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 you have like thousands of ammunition stacks because of how fast you go through them. And Shadowheart as a cleric. Blessing of the Trickster is a fun ability, right? It grants advantage on stealth checks. And like I said, stealth is quite OP. It is concentration based though, so eventually you just want to trade it for something else. And this area looks different from early access too. I don't remember having these arterial meshes, but that you have to go up and down to access areas. But I like to keep the characters highlighted just so I can see enemies better for, you know, stealth and all that. Simple roll. Yeah, we don't need that. Oh wait, we already went here already. Here I am just walking back and forth the same place. I guess I'm surprised that we can't zoom in on the map area that we choose. Anyways, we have to go down here now. Here I am walking in circles. Let's go back there. An Angel or Azata from Mutation Warrior. Azata, I'd say go with Azata too. I mean, Trickster is ideal, but Azata can help. Oh, there's this dark mine here. I almost missed it. A brain in a jar. Well, I'm guessing there's going to be some use for it later. If we don't have to go here... Oh wait, there's already the classic Intellect Devour enemy there, but it's not attacking us. I guess because we are Trolls of the Mind Flayers too. But let's kill it. If it wasn't moving away so fast. It also surprises me that like, there's no pause key. Usually it's space in Baldur's Gate. But it doesn't seem like we can pause properly here. Maybe I'm just missing the key, right? Which makes it annoying when it comes to, you know, I want to pause the game so I can properly target the Intellect Devour before it goes away in its little patrol, in its little patrolling route, right? Gold key. Because I have to reapply the hex on it first. And then attack. Anyways. I mean, we can even one-shot it with our crossbow. I forgot we don't have to go with the blast. See, and that it is. We already one-shot it because of the extra hex damage. That's why I say it's so useful early on. Did I... Oh wait, I totally forgot there was another... Oh, I didn't think us would aggro us. That's interesting. He didn't when... I mean, I'm gonna reload. He didn't aggro us in the first... Well, the early access at least. We could kill that other Devourer. So I think it's kinda nice that they do now. I mean, we are killing one of its allies. That's interesting. No more killing the poor Devourers, I guess. We want our little brain dog pet. But yeah, that didn't happen in early access. At least I don't remember it doing. Click on the hourglass to go into turn-based mode outside of combat. Oh, okay. So there's that. Yeah, the main characters of the original games is dead. Well, I'm not sure if they're dead, but they definitely aren't the main character now, Adam. Oh, that's a nice name, right? It has... In Planescape Torment, it's a pretty important name there. Okay, so if you go to turn-based modes, we can pause.
Let's get going.
I don't think we need to do anything here, because we already have the key, right? Let's place our hand on the machine.
Change to the pull.
Yep, we don't want to become a Mind Flayer.
Before it's our turn.
That is, unless we retain full control of ourselves. Mind Flayers are kinda interesting. I mean, they are controlled by this... Not controlled, but the Elder Brain is the big Mind Flayer boss. And all the Mind Flayers, at least as far as 3rd edition, they think becoming one with the Elder Brain once they are old is like the ultimate blessing, because they'll join their minds with the Elder Brain, but in reality the Elder Brain just devours everything that they were. But they don't know that. Right, let's move at last.
We are nearing the hell. Who put you in charge? Cane Yank.
I think this is where... I don't remember if this is where we fight the Commander Devil, so I kind of want to make a save here. I'm not sure if this is the place, but I think it is. Yep, there's a Mind Flayer and the Devil attacking themselves. And the Mind Flayer goes for the Devour Brain ability. That's cool. I'm surprised it's getting... This is absurd, right? No Mind Flayer would ever die by getting clawed by an imp. Maybe if it was like a newborn Mind Flayer.
Do it.
Yes, let's go.
We need to get out of here. Now.
We can actually kill the commander, I just don't see much of a point in doing it. I mean, I'm not sure if they're still going to drop the Flaming Great Sword. Maybe if they do. But let's see. First we have to deal with these devils anyways. They aren't demons, I think we are in hell after all. But anyways, reapply Hex. Let's deal with the boar first. And let's just shoot our crossbow. We can't really stealth from here, I think. We're kinda close, so maybe if we move a bit back. Oh, and anyways we can stealth because we use the bonus action to hex the enemy anyways. Yep, one shot. Let's move to the back, we aren't really a melee type of character. Attack with our little brain. Let's just check the brain stats. 6 strength, that's awful. Level 1 aberration. Hopefully can one-shot the imp. Yep, 9 damage. And there's another imp at the back there. Oh, that's nice. I don't think in the early access we had this little message here saying the Illithid went for Mind Blast. It's not very high DC, but everything is lower in 5th edition anyways. Let's attack the imp with Flay here. No, we have to move into range first, otherwise we get an annoying penalty. Oh, we should be able to stealth with her. The other imp is way at the back. Oh, we can't attack. Isn't stealth a bonus action? Oh, anyways, let's just move with her then.
Make way.
Oh, I think she took damage. Oh, I went over the fire with her, that's why. Oops.
Got to press on.
Shadowheart. Well, I think she's meant to be our main tank at this point. But more demons, devils should spawn like over here or so. Hey there, Ranger, and thank you so much for the donation. It really matters to me a lot. Thanks, friend. Don't slip on imps. They total party kill your players. I guess. Yeah, where is my human pickpocket? I'm also searching for it. No bonuses to initiative. That's why, well, another reason why dexterity is so important. We can dash, since there's no enemies here anyways, and the Mind Flayer and the Devil are focused into themselves. You can kill the commander, I mean, you should be able to do so. Usually by just staying at the back here so you can freely stealth and attack him. But then you have to do with the Mind Flayer fast. So ideally, you want to have one character stay directly next to the machine here, so that you loot the commander immediately as it dies, and then with the other character you activate the machine as to skip the rest of the battle, right? Because there's no way you can win. But anyways, let's just dash with the Brain Chew, the Intellect Devourer. I kind of want to go without the Flaming Great Sword. It should make the game harder at least. Tentacle Lash. Something else you can do is wait until they're almost... Well, wait until they almost kill themselves, right? Usually the Mind Flayer gets some hit from the commander here. But the commander can also go down fast depending on how fast the Mind Flayer stuns him. Yep, I think I went over the fire with Lei here. Oh, she can use her second wind to recover hit points. That's a fighter specific ability. That's a lot of hit points recovered too.
No time to waste.
We just have to get someone to the machine there, but I think more devils will spawn around here. So I'd rather get my party members close to each other.
Worth examining.
Concentrate.
Now Shadowheart. I kind of wish there was a way to speed up combat. Maybe there is somewhere in the options. We'll see. Yep, the first damage the Mind Flayer just took. And now lastly our Warlock.
These boots have seen everything.
Can move even more, but I'd rather move with Shadowheart or the Brain first. It doesn't matter if our little brain dies, I'm afraid. Okay, so it might be just me, but I'm pretty sure you could use Hide as a bonus action in the early access version, even without being a rogue. Or maybe I'm just remembering it wrong. I'm not sure now. Okay, so more devils should appear.
Hurry!
Anything above 17 is high in 5th edition, yeah, I guess. The Imp Incident, that's a fine enough name. Like I said, movement seems annoying without charging, right? Because, for example, there's no way I can attack with Lei here at melee without putting my character in range first. And unless I'm wrong, I'm also really missing the ready action. If you don't know what that is, well, basically you move, you use an action to ready yourself so that whenever the enemy gets into range, you get a free attack on them. Either ranged or melee, which helps, you know, with not being able to close in enough time. But we have to go for a bow anyways. First, the annoying imps. Yep, at least they got one shot. It surprises me that the imps, they don't have damage reduction. In 3rd edition and Pathfinder they do. Even like the lowliest devils have damage reduction. Which would make the early game fighting them very annoying, I guess. Well, there's only a 30% chance for Shadowheart to hit the big level here. Let's save that for another time and keep going with the game. Especially so we can reach level 2. Something nice you can do with Shadowheart as your tank is... The Shield of Faith spell can be cast as a bonus action to increase her AC. But it is concentration based too. So you would still get to attack on the same round. Which we can do, but I'd rather have her keep her shield on for more AC. Assume the enemies target her.
If this ship hits the ground, we're dead. At the ready.
Let's just kill the imp now. Like I said, Warlock is very simple, just hacks an attack and the enemy is one shot. I mean, just look at that, 20 damage. It was a critical hit, right? Yep. Oh, the other enemy wasn't feared, unfortunately. I guess they have to be close to each other. Or maybe they are immune to fear, because isn't that the point of the Great Old One Warlock patron? We should get a fear ability on critical hits, right? Yeah, moving without charge is so annoying. But anyways, there's only one enemy left now. Oh wow, a critical hit, 7 damage. That's not much of a critical. Like I said, there's another reason dexterity is so important. At least you can still use your ranged attacks before closing in anyways. Yeah, Divinity Original Sin vibes, definitely. Oh, so we can jump, Maple, that's interesting. Now, I'm not getting the Magic Great Sword now. I know, I'll wait for other plays. I just want to get going with the story already. Yeah, Resistance is a really powerful feature in 5th edition. Vadin is really powerful. But anyways, yeah, I just don't see the ready action. Maybe it's somewhere and I'm missing it. There's dash, throw, hide, jump, dip, shove. But no ready, it seems. Let's just dash and get into the machine at last. I don't think the brain can interact with the machine, or can it? Oh, it can.
This creature can't.
No, it can't.
activate the
Okay.
transponder.
Oh, the Mind Flayer took a lot of hits already. Anyways, you kind of have to do it fast, because once you kill the Commander Devil here, other devils will spawn, and they are pretty strong. So it's why I said one character should be parked at the machine here to finish the battle right after you loot the big devil guy. Let's see the jump range. Oh, it's just a bonus action. Well, I guess I'll try on another battle. But since it's a bonus action, it should help.
The Helm's alien transponder. You've made
The
it
Helm's
in
alien
time.
transponder. Oh, that looks pretty cool. Why is there a massive red dragon here? I guess something interesting is depending on the character that you choose to interact with, they are the ones that will show on the cutscene, right? It's not exactly the main character you chose. Oh, the dragon just did a fire breath and flied away. Meanwhile, Shadowheart is now our main character, that's weird. She stole our spotlight. But it's a pretty cool sequence. Nice enough to start the game with. It's also amusing how outlandish it is, right? I mean, Baldur's Gate 1, you start on some random forest. In Baldur's Gate 3, you are in hell on a Mind Flayer ship. Hopefully we hit level 2 now, which for a Warlock is absolutely huge. And we crashed the ship on the middle of nowhere. Yep, that's my reaction as well. Like, imagine this monstrous Mind Flayer ship crashing out of nowhere. With all its tentacles and so on. And the little goblins moving to attack. I don't think that's gonna do much. Okay, so we are back as the main character. Ouch. It kinda surprises me that we actually survived this. Meanwhile, some of the Mind Flayers don't. Right, we are just a level 1 commoner. Oh, but we do have some super special powers to help us. Meanwhile, the Mind Flayers I mean, they should have ways of overcoming a fall like this. They're all about mental powers and telekinesis and so on. They shouldn't really die so easily. I think it's funny that we awaken a bitch. I mean, doesn't original Sin 2 also start in a beach, just like this?
As you wake, the tadpoles squirm.
Our friendly
in your
tadpole
skull.
greets us again.
Other than the infection, you're more or less but it'll all be for
Yep, a
nothing.
miracle
Tadpole
indeed.
is a death sentence.
Maybe the tadpole that's in us is like from a special mind flayer, which is why we have these powers. I don't know. I really haven't I haven't really watched any spoilers about the game. I wanted to fully experience it first. Wait, shouldn't we have leveled by now? No, we still need 39. I'm pretty sure in early access you would get level 2 already. Maybe I missed something. Plot armor for the win. Oh yes, plot armor indeed. Hi Manoman, and thank you so much for the compliment. Once again, this random fisherman is richer than the mind flayers we looted on the ship. Let's help Shadowheart now. Meanwhile, there's a huge ship tentacle behind us. Let's not be greedy and take the artifact, let's just wake her. We need her after all. You're just a level 1 commoner so far.
I'm alive.
Doesn't matter, we made it.
Seems like I remember the ship.
Now
things
what?
First, we need supply. We might have escaped, but we still have these little monsters in our heads.
I like how there's an option to just ignore her, but
We need each
we'd
other,
rather stay together.
and we both know what's at stake.
No other way to survive as a level
Nothing
1
but
mud
better company.
farmer.
One thing. It would have been all too easy for you to run right past. Lead the way.
But yeah, we are still not level 2, that's disappointing. Something else saved you, yeah, I also think that's how it works, Trankus. Oh, level 2 is just after the fight with the intellect devours. Having a tadpole in the brain creeps you out, well, that's how it is. Yeah, mind flayers can cast levitate at will. Like I said, they have some pretty powerful mind powers. Once again, I hate that we can't highlight the lootable objects outside of some.
Let's have a look.
But at least we have a star icon to see what we can pick or not. Brimmed hat. Can we equip it? Yep, we are now pretending to be a wizard. Although we are a warlock. Let's loot everything inside, that's how a true murder hobo should work, right? In a CRPG. Even if I have no idea what all the items are and so on. Shant is for the, well, we can say that on the chat, but that's Umberly, right? The sea goddess of the setting. Who is also very fickle and evil, thus the name here that I can pronounce. Perfumed leather. Oh, poor guy. Imagine being an average fisherman, and then you see a giant mind flayer monstrosity ship crashing on top of you. Mugfish bottle. Oh god, I hope it's not like Skyrim where you have all these usable... useless, lootable items, I mean, like pens, quills, bottles. I really don't want any of that. Well, we shouldn't be able to enter that now, but I think the Intellect Devourer should be here. Yep, there they are. Hopefully I can stealth to kill some of them. Oh, we can skip the battle and get Wyll first. I had no idea, actually. Good evening, Vita. Nice having you here. Mind flayers are not in Pathfinder because they are one of the very few creatures that are copyrighted by, you know, Dungeons and Dragons, just like Beholders. Although, you know, it doesn't stop other games from having their own tentacle people, if you know what I mean, or their floating eyeballs. But officially, yeah, they are trademarks of Wizards of the Coast or whoever owns the Dungeons and Dragons brand nowadays. Hopefully we can stealth. There's only 2 of them. I think there were 3 in early access, or maybe I'm missing something.
I don't need any attention right now.
And oh wait, Shadowheart has to buff us first. I'd rather go with Blessing of the Trickster. Later she can just Shield of Faith herself.
Best think ahead.
But this should help with any stealth needs. Let's make a save here, although I really don't think I'll die now. Who knows? So this in red is their cone of vision, right? Which means if we go over there, chances are they'll detect us.
Never wanted the easy part.
But at least these ones aren't moving. We are fully rested, so we have to reapply Hex again. Let's do this one who has lower health first. And enter turn-based mode. I forgot to do that the other times.
Alright.
So they're hexed, but also surprised, which is great. Hopefully we won't shot this one, unless we're all super low. Yep. Let's move at the back. We already got an extra level. It's kind of strange to me that you have to make the other characters join battle under stealth. But anyways, we have advantage from stealth, which helps a lot when it comes to hitting the enemy, right? By rolling the dice twice and picking the best result. Which really helps with the annoying missed chances in early game Dungeons and Dragons. Let's just shoot at this one. Critical hit, nice. I think we already killed everything, right? Oh wait, there's another leftover brain here. But this one only has 4 hit points. Oh, we didn't kill it. No, we did kill it. Okay, it can't really attack us on the same turn. So, let's just pass now.
Never a dull moment.
There's 2 more, but they are surprised. That's why stealth is so powerful. Anyways.
Light on my feet.
Hex and Blast. That's why I say like Warlocks feel a lot better to play early on than Wizards. The Blasting and Hexing is just so powerful. Oh damn, we don't have enough movement to hit that one. We can hit with our blast, but we can shoot it anyways. That's more damage, too. Right, it's almost 14 damage. For level 1, that's pretty good. The leftover Devourer will dash, but it can't really reach us. Range, as always, is king. But yeah, I'm really missing the ready action. It would help a lot with this. For example, we don't have enough range to hit the Devourer, but if we were to ready our crossbow, once it moved and got into range, we would get our attack. Yeah, Shadowheart is a cleric, so we kinda need her. The graphics are pretty indeed. Respect Shadowheart. I hope we can respect her too, especially for more dexterity. Anyways, just the leftover Devourer. And sadly we can't move, but I don't think it can reach us in time anyways, even if it dashes.
Time to press ahead.
But yeah, I really wish we could ready a cantrip or an attack. Let's just wait for it. So amusingly enough, Shadowheart has higher damage with a ranged attack. Even if... yeah, both her dexterity and strength are kinda bad. She needs a 14 at least. Hopefully we can change that through respecking and so on. Fear of wolves. I didn't know this was here before. If she steps within 9 meters of a looping creature, she must make a wisdom saving throw or become frightened. That could be bad. Wolves in Baldur's Gate 1 at least were deadly at low levels. I imagine they won't be much here though. But there's always werewolves, right? 2 damage, nice. Thankfully our Warlock is going to save the day by blasting it into submission. And there we go.
You fight well.
15 damage.
Perhaps our survival isn't such a distant prospect.
Oh, I guess the star doesn't matter because some of these don't have loots.
Have to keep going.
But it's kind of annoying to have to loot everything, including empty enemies. But loot is loot. Oh, we just leveled up. Of course we got a level. For a Warlock it's huge. My keyboard is kinda dusty I think, so it's firing keys multiple times. I need to get that checked out. But anyways, level 2 it is. Our hat is still here. We got a spell, but it doesn't matter. The best part are the Eldritch invocations we get to pick. Like I said, the other level 1 spells are okay at most. I'd pick the armor here because at least it's temporary hit points, even if it's just a few. If only because it's not a concentration based spell, unlike most of the other ones. We don't want concentration to clash with Hex unless the spell is really good. Anyways, we can later replace spells as a Warlock, so it's not like we are doomed to stay with the spells we picked now. But of course the invocations. Agonizing Blast is as always the must-have. It only adds our Charisma modifier to our Eldritch Blast damage, which is going to be a very big increase, especially once we get to fire multiple rays per blast. Because it will add up, just like in Solasta. And second, Repelling Blast, of course. This is a really fun ability. I haven't played with it much in Baldur's Gate 3, but I imagine since it's Larian, the developer, there will be many cases where we can push enemies into holes and lava and so on, so Repelling Blast is gonna help a lot. Because unlike the push ability you can perform, it doesn't have a saving throw, right? Whenever you blast the enemy, they will be pushed automatically 4.5 meters away from you. Without a save, without resistance, they'll always get pushed, which is huge. Now for Shadowheart. That's nice to know, shift and click. So maybe there's some use for armor after all. If only because it's not concentration. Now Shadowheart. She gets Turn Undead, Invoke Duplicity. Oh, the problem with 5th edition is everything is concentration, right? But you can only have one concentration effect on at the same time. So it's kind of hard to pick something. Oh boy, her initiative is really bad. That's why I say dexterity is so useful. Let's change her spell allocation too. Oh, we can prepare during battle or just doing normal gameplay anyways. We don't get to pick anything for her at level 2, that's disappointing. Anyways. Let us prepare her spells. Inflict Wounds can help because it's a huge damage spell for the early game without a saving throw. But Healing Word is amazing too because it heals as a bonus action. Guiding Bolt can do nice ranged damage too. Well, she kinda already has the best level 1 spells available. Oh, Sanctuary, this one is new. Your ally cannot be targeted until you attack or harm a creature. That's great to keep allies safe. Especially because it doesn't require concentration. This was a spell in the normal Baldur's Gate 1 game too. And it was quite good there for cheesy stuff. Exactly because of the, you know, lack of targeting the enemies have. So let's use that. We don't need Cure Wounds, we just have Healing Word, even if it's... well, if it heals lower. But Sanctuary, Protection from Evil and Good, I'll leave that to... I mean, we will recruit the Wizard soon enough. Command is kinda crappy because it offers a saving throw. In the normal Baldur's Gate it doesn't have a save, which is why it was so good. Blast is Concentration. And like I said, you kinda want Shield of Faith if you wanna tank with her. We don't have any other tanking character so far. And that should be it.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting days.
Let's keep on going. I actually have no idea where to go because I didn't play all of the early access. I didn't really want to spoil myself. Like I said, you kind of have to obsessively go with the mouse over everything to see if you can interact with it or not, which is kind of annoying. Oil of Diminution. What? That's like a debuff? Oh, but if the targets fail Constitution save, they'll take disadvantage on strength check and saving throws. Okay. It can be decent, I guess. Potion of Speed. Haste is always amazing. But let's save it for when we truly need it. Yeah, get rid of Cure Wounds, get Blast. Well, the problem with Blast is, like I said, it's... And yes, I am Brazilian, Luis. Blast can help. Is there Spike Growth? I think there is, but it's not as OP as Solasta, I guess. Well, RM, we can click on Alt, but Alt doesn't highlight everything, I think. That's the issue with it. Anyways, my problem with Bless is... I'm not sure if the duration is going to be high enough. But, in another way, if we can just snipe the enemies with ranged attacks, maybe Bless might help. It's just that Shield of Faith, at least, it lasts forever, right, until we rest. Blast has... how much? 10 turns duration, I think? Well, we don't really need Inflict Wounds anyway, so we might as well pick Blast. But yeah, it's a 10 turns duration, I think. Turns can go by quite fast if you're casting it outside of battle. But an extra 1d4 to attack rolls and saving throws can really help you hit enemies. Especially because enemies in Baldur's Gate so far don't have very high AC and so on.
Open up.
Yeah, but like I said, for example, we can interact with this wooden crate and trunk, but they aren't highlighted when you press Alt. That's what I'm talking about. But let's grab these plants. Surely they will have some use later, potion crafting maybe, I don't know. Oh yeah, you can craft own potions, poisons, and elixirs. God, I hope we can craft magical weapons as well. That's a really annoying part of the Pathfinder games, the lack of being able to craft enchanted gear. Especially weapons and choosing your enchantments. Faster you kill stuff, less defense you need, that's true. Especially when you're just blasting the enemies with your Warlock. Oh, here's Astarion.
Hurry! I've got one of those brains there. In the grass.
Isn't he meant to be like
You
a
can kill
vampire
it,
spawn
can't
or
you?
something?
Like
It's kind of
the
weird to
others?
see him in broad daylight. I guess he's not a full vampire yet. I love the hat, by the way. Kill it yourself, you look capable enough. Now let's be kind to him.
There. Can you see it?
Can't see anything. Wait, isn't there like a pig or a boar that appears here? Yeah, there is. Cute little boar. Save failed perception. Yeah, we don't have very high wisdom. 1d4 is pretty busted, yep. It can be, even later on. I'm on normal at the moment. I want to save Tactician from when I actually know all about the game, right? Because there's still a lot to cover. Oh, he's a Dampier. Right, so it makes sense that he can stand in broad daylight.
Now, I saw you
Melee
on the
attack.
ship.
We have a -1
Didn't
from
I?
strength, so I don't think that's gonna work.
Not
I don't remember seeing him on the ship though.
splendid. And now you're going to tell me exactly what you and those tentacled freaks.
Yep, they
Don't
took us
lie.
prisoner just like you.
Your mind twists. You're looking, you try to hold the memory.
What was that? What's going
Warlock, melee attack. Oh, so now we have bonuses. Whisper a cantrip to burn his hand. Let's go. Just 1 by 1 point.
on? Ah, damn it!
So let's just recruit him and
I
get
saw
on with it
your
already.
mind. And to think, I was ready to.
Oh yeah,
decorate the ground.
apologies, just like that. Yeah, those dialogue options. That's courtesy of Larian, of course. They are more for whimsical dialogue and so on. I think it's fine if you like that sort of stuff. Apology accepted. Although that's not a very nice first impression.
My name's Astarion. I was in Baldur's Gate.
Oh, we are also a Baldurian.
Is that so?
I guess that's the
We clearly
custom
move in different
background.
circles. So, do you know anything about these?
Yes, they'll
worlds?
turn us into
Listen
mind
to-
flayers.
Of course. Although, it hasn't happened yet. If we can find, you know,
Let's
I
travel
was
together.
ready to go this alone, and you seem like a use. All right.
So Astarion is a rogue, right? I'm not very sure how good rogues are. I mean, in Solasta, they were kind of bad because you were limited to just 1 sneak attack per round, which is really disappointing. I mean, sneak attack is the main rogue feature. It should be available on all your attacks, in my humble opinion, right? That's the point of playing a rogue. If you just have it on a single attack per round, who cares, right? I'm offended you didn't kill him, yeah. And if shifters are good here, I don't know, Kill. Yep, I have played original Sin 2, cool kid. But it's been some years. Back then I didn't have the channel yet. Anyways, I do hope we get more... Oh, it's just per turn. It says here, sneak attack per turn. That is so bad. I can't believe they destroyed Rogue so much. I mean, just 1 attack. Yeah, you're going to the bench, Astarion, unless we need you for lock picking and so on. The graphics are of course quite pretty, definitely more than any other CRPG so far. I heard we're supposed to recruit a Warlock somewhere now too. I never did it in early access, I think. Oh, let's talk with the boar, although we don't have anyone that has animal handling. He's running away from us, scared boar. Squee. Yeah, we don't have animal handling. But let's try it out anyways. It's a 50% chance. I mean, we've made it.
The boar grunts and eyes you warily.
The
with
boar is
its
kinda
greedy
cute.
Eyes.
For a savage wild animal. Try to lure it closer.
The boar shuffles its trotters, unsure.
Alright, run away.
Then
Yep, per turn. Disgusting, right? How could they do that to a poor rogue? Meanwhile, I'm just looting all the plants, just like in Skyrim. Oh, we got a recipe. Alchemy. I guess this was it. Well, there's not much point in bothering with alchemy stuff so early, I think. And we still have to level Astarion anyways. Rogue level 2. You get to hide as a bonus action, which is nice at least. The same for dashing and disengaging. So he can at least go for the classic hit and run type of strategy. Nothing more gained though. Leveling up is kinda sad in 5th edition. You don't gain much, if you know what I mean. The lack of feats every level, like in Pathfinder, really hurts. Also, they wanted rogues to be a combat focus class. Yeah, I guess. But yeah, but like you said, out of combat focus class, I mean. Like you said, in a game that's mostly about combat, it's not gonna do much.
No one stopped me yet.
At least undead and most enemies aren't immune to sneak attack anymore. I mean, they weren't in Pathfinder, I imagine they aren't in 5th edition as well. Oh, there's the dying mind flayer.
That thing's bound to be dangerous, even if
How could it possibly die, right? It's a mind
approach
flayer.
the dying monster. This is the thing that abducted you. You could end its life here in compassion.
Yeah, definitely do not feel compassion for brain-eating illithids. No, you should be
Yes, you
furious,
feel
that's right.
hate, and you deserve
They would
to be
eat our
punished
brain
for it.
with nary a
You
thought.
should be whipped, made to bow before this creature. It's possessing
You're the
your
one that's gonna
mind,
be whipped.
forcing you to
Forcing you to love it.
love
Okay,
it,
Larian.
But then the feeling slips.
I do love them
The creature's
tentacles.
mind seems to focus elsewhere.
Take advantage on the lapse. We don't have high intelligence to make the check, I
monster
think.
lies exhausted, defeated. It's
Close those eyes forever. Squish, squish. $35 experience for squishing the Mind Flayer. Wow, just look what the super powerful Mind Flayer was carrying. A Void Bulb. And you think the Fishermen are richer than this Mind Flayer boss. Okay. I guess that's why it died, right? No powerful enchanted items to save it. Rogues are great for hitting and running. Yeah, I guess that's their main niche now. Dead goblins.
Goblins over there. Worth checking for supplies, maybe.
And a massive portal there. Collecting a bunch of trash weapons that probably mean nothing. But at least I got some potions. Goblin bow. It's kind of amusing in Baldur's Gate 2 because by default the goblins in the first dungeon were carrying composite longbows which required 18 strength to wield. I'm pretty sure the goblins didn't have that.
You approach the sigil on the stone. Magic glitters and swirls.
Touch the
from it
sigil, why not?
erratically,
It.
as if
Just like
malfunctioning.
a portal, you should always enter it. Who knows where it might lead.
A hand?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure in the early access, didn't Gale just like jump out of nowhere? He didn't really... There wasn't this neat little scene here. Attune yourself to the sigil's magic, then bid it to quiet down. Yeah, we don't have strength to pull him. 20, that's how we roll. Critical success.
Whatever you're doing is working wonders. Now a quick little pull should do the trick.
Gale, as far as I'm aware, I mean, he seems kinda like a snowflake character, if you know what I mean. I mean, his background, his lore is so... way out there. If what I heard was right. He's like that character that you play with on tabletop that wants to be super special with their backstory and so that like they're the son of a deity and so on, if you know what I mean.
Apologies. Usually better.
Hopefully his personality is nice enough. And he comes from Waterdeep, another pretty well-known place in Forgotten Realms. No need to apologize.
Friend, it's a... In a manner of speaking, you were on the Nautiloid as well.
I was, yes. Nautiloid. That's a fun name. How did you get stuck in that stone?
I don't know what transpired exactly, but the ship broke into pieces, and as I was plummeting to certain death, I spied a glimmer. Recognizing this glimmer to be magical in nature, I reached out to... How about you? How did you survive the fall?
How did we survive the fall? Plot armor for the win.
Fair enough. But even back on the ship, you too were on the receiving end of a rather unwelcome insertion in the ocular... The insertine we speak of, this parasite? It's a
Yep,
process known as
Ceramorphosis, I know that
ceramorphosis.
already.
You don't happen to be a cleric by
I've
any
known
chance,
that
do you?
since 3rd edition.
A doctor?
You seem to know enough about our condition to realize it's beyond.
Most, no doubt. But I find myself hoping to be in the presence of the few.
Oh, we have a
You
unique
don't happen
Warlock
to be
dialogue
one of
option
them.
here. I don't remember it from early access too.
As we've established, few enough can. We're most certainly going to need a healer. And soon, too.
Sounds like a
However,
plan. He's
most
welcome to join
excellent.
us.
Oh,
Although low-level wizards are kinda...
act of foresighted
that's why I went
kindness,
for
I assure you.
Warlock.
I have the...
But let's level him up. Settle for playable. Yeah, Nambon. Playable is more than enough.
Ready and willing.
I think we can choose what Gale will specialize in or not. Oh, it's already... Yeah, we can choose, okay. So here's another pet peeve I have, just like I explained in the beginning of this stream. We know what we get right when we pick the subclass, like, let's say, let's specialize in Necromancy. Okay, we get Grim Harvest and Necromancy Savant. But we don't know what we're getting on the other levels, right? That is such poor gameplay design. And I've tested a Necromancer before. I know that at level 6 you can raise 2 undead minions at once and they get higher hit points and damage based on your proficiency. But how the hell am I supposed to know that without actually playing up to that part, right? As far as the other ones, I have no idea what the bonuses beyond level 2 actually give you. Really annoying. I wonder what you turn Gale into. I don't know his background well enough for something that would fit. Necromancer is what I would pick, if only because I want to play a Necromancer later so I can use Gale as a basis for that. I'm playing on normal kill. Divination is insane. Let's see what Divination gives us. Portent. Oh, we gain special dice. It's nice enough, indeed. Evocation, I guess, is the classic for Blaster casters, because at least from what it's written here, you won't get friendly fire on most of the damage evocation spells. This is really helpful. Abjuration, I know from early access, it gives you like an energy shield with some temporary hit points when casting abjuration spells, although it's only on the wizard themselves. Conjuration seems kinda poor. I was hoping it would be focused into summoning creatures. Create water, okay, I guess if we can combine it with electricity spells on someone, just like in Divinity. But in Baldur's Gate we have limited spells per rest, right? They don't really recover. Transmutation, I was hoping... Well, maybe we do get later on abilities to actually change our shape, like polymorph and shifting and so on. Because experimental alchemy... Well, I don't know, maybe it's good depending on how good the alchemy and potion crafting is. I just haven't gotten far enough. Illusion gives you improved minor illusion. What does that do? Well, it doesn't require concentration at least. I guess it's for distracting enemies. If it's infinite uses, it can be quite good. Enchantment has Hypnotic Gaze. Well, the problem with this is, while having an at-will charm ability is great for enchantment, the range says melee, so it's super short. You don't want your wizard being so close to the enemies, at least. Well, I don't want. I'll be picking Necromancy just because I really want undead minions. If it's not good enough, we can just respec him later anyways. As far as spells... Well, let's go with Find Familiar. I want to see if they're good enough. They were good in Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. Shield is new, I think. It wasn't here in early access. And it can be a pretty great spell. But early levels, you don't have enough spell slots for it to be that good, I think. Polymorph is a 4th level spell. Yeah, but I think when I tested it, it only changed the shape of the enemy. You couldn't really use on yourself. Yeah, I think Storm, for a Storm Sorcerer Maple Leaf, it can be good to be able to create water at will. But anyways, it seems Gale already has Sleep, which is by far the best early game spell. We don't really need anything else, I'm afraid. One of the things that I really enjoy is if you played Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, then you'll probably notice a lot of the spell icons look exactly the same as in Baldur's Gate, like Magic Missile, Chromatic Orb, Find Familiar, Sleep. That's quite nostalgic. Anyways, we already have Sleep and Find Familiar. Damage spells are kinda disappointing early. They usually are in Dungeons and Dragons type of games. Oh, I want protection from evil and good, because the benefit can be quite powerful, it's super long lasting. While it only works on aberrations, celestials, elementals, fake fiends, and undead, most of these enemies aren't exactly common in the early game for most campaigns, but I imagine undead will soon appear anyways. They often do. And for prepared spells, sleep is the must-have, right? It doesn't have a saving throw, it's amazing. You don't want any damage spells, just use your cantrips. Might as well go for sleep. Grease, I don't think it's as OP as it was in Pathfinder, I'm afraid. Mage armor can help, but like I said, you have a low amount of spell levels earlier. So let's go with protection from evil and good, find familiar. We don't really need mage armor so early. Fog Cloud, depending on how it works, it can help by breaking the enemy's line of sight. We'll see. Because at least it also doesn't offer a saving throw. Usually want spells that don't offer saves. And Gale definitely wants a ranged weapon too, because early game, Firebolt is the best cantrip, but 1d10 damage is not really the best. A crossbow can do higher damage. Well, he only has 13 dexterity. Companions have kinda low stats, the min-maxers are probably gonna hate them, right? We'll see how it goes. I'm not sure how good Grease is. I used it a bit on early access, but I kinda prefer to focus into Sleep first, because Sleep in 5th edition doesn't have a saving throw. And you can upgrade the hit dice cap as you gain more spell slots. We'll see. Well, let's conjure our familiar. I think the Raven is the best. I mean, they all have garbage hit points, but the Raven at least... like just 1 hit point, that's awful, but at the very least it can blind enemies, right? And the attack only has 2 hits, it doesn't have a saving throw. Blinded enemies are pretty much dead. Of course, you have to get your Raven close enough to the enemies with its pathetic 1 hit points first. But hey, it's better than nothing. We'll just be putting enemies to sleep anyways with Gale. It's kinda cool how the ship looks. We can even see inside it. And I actually have no idea where to go now. I know we can recruit the warlocks somewhere, but I kinda forgot where that is. Because I could really use another warlock party member now instead of, let's say, Astarion. I'm sorry, but he's not gonna do much so early. Companions having awful stats is a step of CRPGs, that's true. Oh, there's like... is that a goblin? No, it's a halfling, I think. And a bandit from the looks of it. Oh, I forgot, there's this little part where we can recruit Lizelle. And we might as well do it from this spot, because otherwise, if we come from this part of the map and we have to fight the tieflings, they'll be on high ground, right? Which has disadvantage, I think. The problem with Lizelle is keeping her alive, because she won't have high AC early on, I think. Let's make a save here. Maybe if we can... I can't even write it properly. Maybe if we can bait the enemies with Shadowheart first, as far as her tanking them. The push tutorial guide. That's funny. Oh yeah, we should actually be able to push enemies with our blast. Fog Cloud lets you use pickpocket easily. That's fun to know. Thanks, Deep Warlock. I wonder if we can stealth before getting close to them. Well, but we kinda have to talk with them first. There's no point in just attacking them out of nowhere. We aren't that much of a murder hobo.
Zoru was right. Yellow as a toad, and twice as ugly.
The thing's dangerous. Leave it for the
Goblins
to
and
kill.
tieflings. I wonder where the hell we are actually, as far as the Forgotten Helm setting.
Your skull pounds in response to the... Get rid of them.
We might as well go with Deception. It's a class skill and we have high Charisma. It's why I wanted to pick it as a class skill. I mean, we need to roll pretty low to succeed. Hopefully we get that. Yep, 23. That's more than enough.
He's right. Let's go. We need to check out that block. You didn't hear it. Shook out
So we
that
don't
block
have
so
to
we came
fight
for a
them.
look.
Where is the scam? We don't have as high persuasion though. Oh, but it's a pretty low check. It's nice having high charisma.
Northwest. Look for Nettie.
And be careful. There are
Okay.
Nymessa.
enough.
So let's
talking.
rescue
Get me
our
down.
gift friend. Say please, this is funny.
Never.
Never.
What path lies before me?
Just realized my Warlock has a dagger, even though I'll never use it. Let's give that to Astarion. He should be able to dual wield at least. Yeah, for the second offhand attack. Dual wielding doesn't have any penalties in 5th edition, which is great. No need for all them feats. The dual wielding feat tax. Alright, we have to attack this to break.
The tadpole hasn't yet scrambled all. But the longer we wait, my people possess.
Careful. She obviously sees your kindness as
Don't let her
weakness.
take advantage, but I think Shadowheart
to
also
take
wants to take
advantage.
advantage of us. I mean, she's a cleric of Shar, right, who is an evil deity.
You
Alright,
are
let's journey together.
Dismiss your
Oh, we only have
weakest
4
warrior.
party members, that's sad. I really think 6 is the sweet spot, like in Baldur's Gate and Pathfinder. 6 is always nice because we can really develop all sorts of different characters at once.
Very well.
Let's have her
But
wait
heed
at the
my
camp.
words.
Shadowheart is a
The
proof
Horned
spy.
Ones mentioned a camp.
Well, I guess because we
One
recruited
there
her.
is Zoru.
A crash must be near. I will be at your camp.
I'm not sure if I should replace like Astarion for her. Astarion definitely has lower damage, but at least he can hit and run, right? By using the rogue, disengage, and dash actions as bonus actions.
I've a lot on my mind. and
The GIF, I don't think she has much AC to survive early game. We'll see.
Moving ahead.
Anyways, we now have the little... Oh yeah, the halfling here. Let's see if we can push him with our blast ability. I really want to see if it works. Because that's part of why repelling blast is, or should be, so very fun. I'm not sure we'll even get to fight them anyways. I think there's like a dialogue check we can use to avoid battle, because there's 4 enemies here. They all have like way higher hit points than us. That's disappointing. Chapel entrance, okay.
Not another step, hear me? Boss! What's this then?
Trying to creep around us. Yes, we are.
Us and loot the crypt? Not a... Or is it the ship you're after? Don't matter either way. It's ours.
Oh, we can use both Deception and Intimidate. Both actually work, right? It's why I wanted to go with Charisma and get skill proficiency into the dialogue skills. Let's go with Intimidate. I mean, we have the same check for both of them. Intimidate at least is cooler. And we should be able to make the check just fine. We only needed to roll a 5, I think.
Well...
Yeah, well, in
come
that
on,
case,
you lot.
yeah, you
No
go
point in
and
getting
run with your tail
killed.
behind
Second
your
word
legs.
gets the cheese and all.
Second mouse.
Nobody's...
Well, the good thing is we gain experience, so even if we bypass the fight, we might not have loot, but at least we got the same experience. Hopefully it's the same experience as killing them all. I hope anyways. We still need 211 to level, oh no, 389. My classic obsession in Dungeons & Dragons games is compulsively checking the character sheet to see how many points I'm away from leveling up. Crack stone.
There's something underneath here.
For combat, give Astarion a hand crossbow. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. Somewhere along the Sword Coast. Yeah, Chief Warlock. It's somewhere. Oh, not that far from Baldur's Gate. That's nice. Wyll should be in the refugee camp. I guess we can try to delay recruiting him for later and just enter the Crypt first. There's a thing on a rope over the two guys talking down low. Let's see what it is. Oh, shoot it down for 2 free kills. That's nice to be able to interact with the environment like this. Yeah, I think Baldur's Gate 3 is going to be a low numbers game too, Ronald. Oh, that's nice. So we could actually use the concrete to kill the guys. But I kinda used the dialogue skill. I always like using dialogue checks. At least early game. Later, once we get powerful enough, we can probably just beat everything into submission. Torch, rope. Let's see what cantrips Gale has, by the way. Oh god, he doesn't have the light cantrip. That's really disappointing. And Shadowheart also doesn't have it. We need light, right? We need the light source. But yeah, we should give Astarion a crossbow so far. Might as well give our own because we already have Agonizing Blast for higher damage when blasting anyway, so we don't need any weapon whatsoever with our Warlock. 4-9 and 4-11 damage with the crossbow. Yep, that's better. I guess we are going to need him to disarm and unlock stuff, unless other characters can do it. I mean, Pathfinder, it's not just rogues. Maybe we can lockpick this. I think there's some undead here.
Everything all right out there?
Oh wait, I don't want to interact with Astarion, because we'll miss the dialogue checks.
Why do you give a book? Everything all right out there?
Performance, we don't have performers. Oh, deception can work. Warlocks are all about bluffing, of course.
I told it wasn't safe.
Astarion is inspired. By what? Oh, because of bluffing, I think. I remember this from early access. You get some inspiration points, right? If you do stuff that the companions like based on your backgrounds, or even yourself. We are a criminal and Astarion is a charlatan. Yeah, so bluffing fits us like a glove. Yeah, Maple Leaf, I also want to go Dark Urge for the second run. Level cap is 12, that's really disappointing. I was hoping it would be 20 maybe with the expansions. Because low levels are kinda sad, if you know what I mean. Oh, we can increase our weapons by tipping them in a torch, I had no idea. That's nice, you know. But anyways, let's go inside. I'm not sure if there's a point in stealthing here. Because I don't want to have my Warlock going first.
You're dead.
But we have to fight these guys anyways. It's just one. Oh, they are surprised, right? So we should be able to sneak attack, I guess. Not enough resources action. Why? I mean, didn't battle just start? Why can't we attack? Okay, I guess it's not our turn yet. We can use an offhand attack though. That's a lot of blood for a 2 hit point attack. Now let's just try to blast them. I'm not sure why we can't use our action here. We did surprise the enemy, right? But for some reason we can't attack them. Anyways, I guess we'll have to pass. Oh, we should be able to blind it with... Yeah, if we didn't miss anyways. Gale is just... well, he can't use an action too. The same for Shadowheart, that's disappointing. Maybe it's because I stealthed outside, I'm not sure. Okay, so now we can attack. That's weird. I'm not sure how the stealth mechanics work sometimes. But anyways, sneak attack now because... Well, we have our Raven close enough, so he should be able to sneak attack. We are at melee range, so melee sneak. Pretty poor damage. Oh, we got an attack of opportunity. Why is he running away from us? Anyways, thanks for the free attacks, I guess.
Is that blood? No, never mind.
Let's loot. Bandit's key. Bottle. Oh god, it's going to be just like Skyrim with the useless lootable items, right? We are in darkness, so I kind of wish... Well, maybe my Warlock can use a torch, right? We don't need it to attack anyways. Assuming I can ever find wherever the torch is. If we even have one. Okay, torch. 1 to 7 damage. I mean, we can just use our blast, so we'll be the torch bearer. And like I said, there's a lot of interactables here, but alt doesn't highlight them, so you have to go over one by one. Really annoying. Or maybe it's just me. And a lot of empty stuff as well. 3 candles, okay. Oh, can we loot the painting? Yep, we can. Isn't that something classic in Divinity? I think the first one where paintings were super expensive and you could easily sell them to merchants for lots of cash. I wonder if they kept that in Baldur's Gate 3. More money.
The air's stale. It's been
And there's a lot of shelves here, I think. Yeah, once I find a short sword, I'll give it to Astarion. And I do hope we get expansions, Maple, for the higher levels, eventually up to 12. 20, I mean. Even epic levels would be fun later on. After all, Baldur's Gate 2 has it. Ancient Indecipherable Text, okay. We didn't even get a roll. Ink, Pot, and Quill. Hooray for useless items. Let's pull the lever. I don't think... Oh wait, there are enemies. No! I moved before. I kind of wanted to stealth them away. But it looks like there's only one anyways. Problem is my character is blocking the door. Oops. There's also no delay turn feature, I think, which is also very weird. Because you'll kind of like waste your turn since I can't move or ready an action, right? I was really hoping we had delay and ready, but I guess not.
Go from here.
Anyways, I'll have to put my poor Warlock in danger here. But hopefully we can one-shot this level 2 archer here. Since... Oh, we can actually just move a bit and then go back to break line of sight, I think. Anyways, Hex. And we'll also like push them way far with our blast. Oh wait, I can't blast. That's disappointing. I have no idea why. Maybe I didn't use the Hex as a bonus action. Or is it because I'm wielding the torch? Well, I have no idea why I can't blast here. So let's go back. At least we won't get hit. Yeah, our poor Raven has to stay here, otherwise it's gonna die.
Back off.
She probably can't attack us. Oh boy, she did, and coated a weapon in poison. Poor Gale. No charging hurts. Yeah, I hope there are powerful items too. Aguna. Shadowheart at the very least can stay in tanking range. She might as well dash to force the enemy to attack at disadvantage, since they are wielding a ranged weapon. And Gale, it just has to go for a cantrip. Disadvantage, why? I guess we need to move closer. I have no idea why he's attacking at disadvantage. Maybe because of the poison or the fact the character is close to him. Anyways, we're still hitting. Astarion can probably get a ranged sneak attack now, since the enemy is threatened by Shadowheart. Critical miss, of course. But we should be able to blast her into submission now. Like I said, I'm not sure why we couldn't do it in the previous round. Damn, 65% is pretty low though. That's low level Dungeons and Dragons for you. Maybe we should really cast Blast with Shadowheart. Yep, we almost one-shot her. Wow, we rolled pretty low. That's annoying. But if she tries to move away, she's gonna get an attack of opportunity. And we missed, of course. Oops. So much for killing a simple level 2 enemy, right?
Let's make this quick.
And there we go.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
Poor Gale is low on health. But we can just go for a short rest, right? There's two short rest limit, I think, before a long rest. And we'll still retain our buffs.
Patched up. Pushing on.
So that's progress.
Meanwhile, time to loot them barrels. Oh my god, I killed everyone by hitting the barrel. What the hell? I wasn't expecting the barrel to explode like that. That's the classic total party kill, right? Jesus. I thought it was just like a common barrel. Okay, I guess we have to like reload.
Well met. I am a magical projector.
Oh wait, Gale became a
For
ghost.
reasons that cannot be described. You may rest assured that I trust I've made myself clear.
My god does not grant me the ability to perform
No
such a
need.
deed.
I have upon my deceased person. I will now. Step 1 is to retrieve. Next, you must unthread the purple seam. Inside the pouch, you will find a folded letter starting from the.
That's a classic Laren experience, clicking on something and it exploding all around you.
A magma method will appear, which this is.
Okay, Gale, I got that.
Pronounce the name correctly, and the method will breathe words.
Jesus, that's a pretty long instruction.
Scroll of true resurrection. Use it.
Fine, I
Bring
promise
me
I
back
will do
to
so.
life. Excellent. Now repeat my instructions back to me, please.
I got
In that
it.
case, this will be an easy exercise. Step 1.
Fine, I'll play
And
along.
next.
I actually don't remember it. Like yellow seam, I think.
Almost. It's the
Purple seam.
You then have access
I
to the
don't really
letter and the
remember.
flip. Remember to play them clockwise. And after that,
But the words are so close to one another.
that's not even close. And pay attention to. And so we have gone through the best of luck with the protocol.
Christ, I'll just reload. Death by barrel. Exploding barrel, of course. Classic Divinity. The best part is I automatically like hit the barrel, right? I didn't even have a choice when trying to loot it. Hopefully we can also throw these exploding barrels into enemies like Original Sin 2. I mean, that's all part of Larian's gameplay design, right? Oh, we have to attack this guy again. Anyways, reapply hacks and just blast him into submission. And yep, he's pushed back all the way because of Repelling Blast. Quite far too. Is it a bonus action to fly with the Raven, I imagine? I guess it's a normal action. So we can't really reach the enemy first. And hopefully we shall not hit the exploding barrel again. Alright. Problem is we have to loot all the stuff again and again. But man, that was funny, right? Dying because of a random exploding arrow. No wonder most adventurers never make it past level 1, right?
No more prayers.
Who needs to be wary of goblins, wolves, bears when you have nasty exploding barrels, more dangerous than even mimic chests?
Normally the patron god is obvious. Not here.
Portrait of Fane. Isn't that a character in original Sin 2, the skeleton? Anyways, let's see. That's why saving compulsively is always important in CRPGs. Hello there, Neff. Yep, Baldur's Gate 3 is being pretty fun so far. Already even died once. Let's try to stealth here. I just want to see if we can.
Where's the bloody lock?
Light on my feet.
Oh, so right, it is a red barrel. I guess red means explosions. I'll keep that in mind for the other dangerous barrels we see in game. Anyways, Hex and Blast. I wonder if we blast the enemy into the barrel, they also explode, right? If they were here, who knows?
Cloak and dagger, my favorite.
We should be able to get a sneak attack with Astarion too, because we are hidden. Oh, we missed. And we missed with advantage, so we rolled low twice. Okay.
Ready.
Low level D&D for you.
Let's end this.
Survival is all that matters.
How'd you get past Andor? Back off!
I don't think we get another attack with Astarion.
All doom.
But Gale should have a cantrip. Pretty low damage though, he might as well use his crossbow.
My faith will protect me.
And let's hope Shadowheart hits with a ranged attack. Yep, there we go. Yeah, it's 7 in Brazil now, 7 PM. Oh, very good items so far, the Trenkus. That's good to know. Hopefully we find some of them soon enough. I think we get an item that lets us speak with the dead in this area, which should have nice role-playing options too, depending on how Larian implemented it. Book of Final Breath. I see we also have a lot of lore books, which is pretty fun. And I forgot to equip the torch again. Maybe the barrel exploded because I attacked it with the torch in the previous save. Who knows? A lot of more useless trash to loot. Oh, the lightning looks nice in the game too. Let's stay very far away from the ultimate barrel of doom. Can we rest on the bed? Yep, we can. But not much of a point.
Always room for more.
Let's loot a useless bowl. Pile of books. 2 of the same book, that's interesting. Casual sandals and destitute clothes. I guess we can properly roleplay as a murder hobo now.
What's hiding here?
Astarion kinda needs to unlock the door.
No lock, no handle. How does it
Lockpicking impossible.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more.
Well, can we hit the door then? Yep. That's why force damage is so good. The poor door cannot resist it.
With haste.
Let's see if there's something unique here. Oh, we can light the candles, that's nice. The more light, the better, especially if there's incorporeal undead here. I guess kick saving before every door is the way to go. Dank Crypt. Okay, so we are probably going to meet undead here, right? Why would it be called Dank Crypt otherwise?
This place wasn't built for the living.
Gilded chest. More nice loot.
A Githyanki joining our company. Got a collaboration on it.
I hope I don't get encumbered. After all, my main character has pretty low strength. Another opulent chest, 14 gold. Could have more, right? It's an opulent chest after all. 2 scrolls of protection from evil and good. Yeah, so we are kinda meeting on that now. They wouldn't put such an item here otherwise. So let's cast it with Gale. He doesn't need concentration anyways. Let's do it on Shadowheart, who will be our tank. If we can get all the undead to attack at disadvantage, that's going to be quite powerful. Oh, we need to find Thieves 2 first, right? Because, yeah, I'm not sure if we have one. I mean, maybe I found one somewhere. Between all of the items I have here, there's so much stuff. Thieves Tools, okay. We have one, let's give it to Astarion.
Things have stayed interesting. Can't slow down.
And enter the huge doors. You can probably lockpick them now.
Should be easy.
Although we can probably just blast that door with our Eldritch ability anyways. Of course we rolled one number below it. No way, I don't want to class Inspiration. Oh, I think I used it already. I didn't want to bother with the Inspiration roll for something so easy.
I've got a long road ahead.
We'll have just blasted the door, I think. Entombed Scribe, right, these are undead, right? Scroll of Burning Hands, Quarterstaff. It's funny that I can deal 0 damage with the Quarterstaff because of low strength.
So subversive about their words that they commanded protection.
Let's loot them all. Heavy Key, Dagger, Gold.
Lae'zel has a dangerous look.
Oh no, I don't want to talk. Plague. Oh, let's read what it says.
The inscription is in a language.
The inscription is unknown, that's sad. I think in early access they said this was a statue of Jurgal, which is kind of amusing because he's the god responsible for the divinity of Baal, right? Baal was just a normal human before. And he actually won his divinity, correct me if I'm wrong, through a game of bowling. I'm not even joking, it was a game of bowling. We just read it up. Except they threw bombs instead of a bowling ball. Alright, let's go for the totally not mysterious door with the button here. Kinda wish we could move a little bit faster out of combat, like when hasted in Pathfinder. Jack, if you mean the exploding barrel sequence, yes, this will all be recorded. It will be, the stream will be available for watching later on, once I finish it. Let's stealth before touching it, because who knows what's gonna happen. Click. I love the wizard hat. Oh, of course the undead woke up. I think there's 2 ways of handling this battle. We can kind of force the undead. Oh, my poor Raven. My poor Raven actually was attacked by the undead. But since... I mean, we have a choke point here, right? We can force them to come to where we are. We can move all characters to the back and just leave Shadowheart at the door here. Hopefully we can block their line of sight this way. Plus Shadowheart has protection against undead anyways. So hopefully the enemy is not gonna hit her. Not with disadvantage.
What now?
And our character should move to the back here. We don't want them getting hit. Like I said, having the ready action here would really help a lot. But sadly, it doesn't seem like we have it available in the game. Watching enemies dash is funny. But yeah, they have to move to where we are now. Otherwise, they won't have any line of sight. So the only one I'm worried about is the Entombed Warrior here, because he's pretty tanky. The others have low hit points, so they can be one-shot easily. There's a lot of them scribes. And my other characters haven't even joined battle yet, but the enemy's right here. Can I use a ranged attack at least? Yep. Ranged sneak attack. Yes. Did we miss? Let's see. No, we didn't miss. Okay, we didn't attack for some strange reason. Does joining mechanics once you start battling stealth are weird. Oh, it's my main character's turn, that's why. Let's see if we can blast the enemy from here. First with the Hex. We kinda have to move too close. That's a bit dangerous. Yeah, might as well just wait here. Well, I want to start battle already with the other characters, right? We need to get them to focus into Shadowheart. And she should go for a Shield of Faith on herself. This way she has both protection from undead and Shield of Faith. But she can't really act at the moment. Oh, he actually silenced us. Sneaky undead. Ray of Force missed. Yes, he's at disadvantage. Oh, he actually went for Astarion. Yep. That's a smart Skelly. I guess I didn't block him well enough. Wow, Gale still hasn't joined battle. Like I said, it's a bit weird, the whole stealth mechanics. I think the big circle here is the silence area, so let's move away from it. Yep, no longer silenced. And just go for a fireball. The undead are immune to sleep. They definitely are immune to sleep. Boss, we missed. We should be able to blind them though. Yep, we blinded the undead. That's great. So now we can sneak attack them with Astarion. And with advantage. That's the power of the Raven. Blinding even a skeleton. And of course we missed. How the hell did we miss? We have advantage, yet we missed. Okay. We rolled what? 1 and 2. Well, we still have an offhand attack. Critical hit, 6. Okay. The good thing is because the skeleton is blinded, we can also move without incurring attacks of opportunity, I think. And let's finally blast it into submission. Let's go for a strength hex, this way we can push them away with other characters if needed. And blast. 80% with advantage. Right, it can't be pushed back much because of the fact Shadowheart is blocking them. Shadowheart should go with a mace. I think the skeletons are vulnerable to bludgeoning damage, so they'll take double damage. Should be able to one-shot them if our attacks hit. Of course it mixed, despite the fact they have advantage. Hooray. The skeletons are kinda gonna miss, I think, because we have protection from undead on. Oh no, our poor familiar died. At least it wasn't one of our characters. We can just cast another, I think. And the scribe silenced himself. That's a smart scribe, right? Painful miss. Yep, Constantine, painful miss. It's kind of funny that the enemies silence themselves, including the casters. Anyways, let's just sneak attack, since he's threatened by... And there we go. We'll just attack the other enemies from range, I mean. If they move towards us, they are silencing themselves. So that's actually good. We do have line of sight for this other one of our Warlocks, so let's blast. Well, first Hex, of course. We should be able to one-shot it just fine. And blast. There we go.
Stay focused.
Might as well just have Shadowheart stay here, as to force the enemies to move closer to us. Protection from evil and good is really helping. And let's have Gale wait too. Really missing the ready action though. Man, I'm glad they silenced themselves. Let's get a sneak with Astarion. Oh, we can actually do a range sneak and then still go for the offhand attack. Let's do that. Still traumatized by the fact... we left it with 1 hit points. Anyway, still traumatized by the fact rogues don't get more than 1 sneak attack per round. That is so bad. Might as well focus on the other one here that has way higher hit points now. Blast and Hex. Yep, one-shotting everything. Attack. Wow, missed. Again, 75% chance. Okay. At least this one can be killed by Gale's cantrip. Kinda should have moved. Astarion got a critical hit from the Ray of Frost. Anyways, I kinda should have moved away with Astarion so the enemy would target Shadowheart instead. But you live and you learn. Just go with a ranged attack. And have Shadow... Oh wait, I blocked myself, I think. Yep, I got Astarion to block the path. Oops. Can we shove our own companion? Let's see. Shove. Oh, it's only a 35% chance. Let's wait for the enemy to come back again. Alright, move Astarion away, and now we can finally attack. Might as well just kill it with our Warlock. It's not like it's gonna survive the Hex and Blast. He only has 3 hit points anyways. There we go, 16 damage.
Even after death.
I'm finding the game fun, old Jedi. Carbos versus Shank in Baldur's Gate 2, yeah. I really like the NPCs in the Baldur's Gate series. They're very amusing. Kinda like Larian NPCs too. Oh, Amulet of Lost Voices, our first magical item. Speak with the dead for free. That's gonna be nice, depending on how many corpses it can actually work. The only other game that had Speak with the Dead was Arcanum. And it was kind of fun there too. Oh, we can still loot all the scribes. Anyways, let's quick save before opening the big coffin, because who knows what'll be here. Hopefully not a vampire or something deadly for a level 1 character. Greetings for you too, Dorian. And thank you so much for the compliment. Oh, it's another undead, but I think this one is friendly, right? From the early access, I mean? He sure looks ominous, though.
So
Like a big bad lich.
spoken.
Withers.
And so thou standest before. What a curious way.
What a curious way to awaken.
Now, I have a question.
What is the worth of a single mortal's life? So it's a philosopher type of undead. Why the question? What's the reason for it?
Wilt thou answer my question?
Let's answer.
So I ask again, what is the worth of a single mortal life?
That depends on a person's deed, is what I would pick. Although if we were a goody two-shoes, we could also go for no one life is worth more than the other, we are all equal. But we are an evil warlock, right? So no way.
I am sure thou believe very well. We have met. We will see each other again.
Okay, well, that's it, I guess. And let's obsessively check again if you're close to level. Still need a lot of experience, 200.
Here lies the guardian of two.
Like, amusingly enough, it only has 1 hit point. It's a level 1 undead with 1 hit point. Poor guy.
How long has it been?
And it doesn't seem like there's
We have nothing more to discuss.
anything else we can do with him.
I must attend this place after so many years.
We'll see each other again soon, but
The
when?
time is. But I
Okay.
do know that the longer thou stand.
Well, I guess this was it for this crypt. I don't think there's anything else here. Unless there's something... Oh, we can't go through the water, or can we? Oh, we can actually go here. That's nice. I missed this during early access. Let's pull the lever. And we can climb up. Ah, so that's what this little trapdoor was for. I failed unlocking it during early access. Might as well do a short rest to recover Astarion's hit points. Some of it anyways.
Patched up. Pushing on.
And we still have our until long rest spells, which is great. Like I said, protection from good and evil can have its uses, but against a lot of common enemies it's not gonna work, like the goblins here. The tieflings aren't really fiends, they're like half or something, so it shouldn't work with them too. I guess it's time to go to the campsite. Oh, we found a dirt mound here. We need a shovel, we don't have one. Guess we'll keep that for later.
I am in a very look at me twice and I'll dismember.
Oh, let's not talk now. Well, the ship really is massive, it's like the entire size of the island. Okay, so we have to go here now. That's a long path. Well, we need to go up first then. Should be able to jump over here, right? Or not, can just walk over it. I think we are going the right way. I didn't play much of the early access. Dragon egg mushroom and a short bow.
I hear shouting up ahead.
We should check it out.
I hear shouting
Be
up
careful.
ahead. Oh, there are some NPCs there. We should be able to hide. Well, let's see who we're dealing with first. They don't seem like bandits or anything. Hopefully they are not.
I'm ready.
What the hell?
I'm not sure why. Let's cancel stealth.
If not over, then through.
Open the bloody gate! Nobody gets in! That pack of goblins. What's going
Oh, some goblins will probably attack then.
Tail! Oh,
You let goblins here? Where is the
Well, goblins are common trash, right? They should be easy enough to kill, I hope. At the very least we can put them to sleep if needed. Although I don't want to abuse and spam rest much, at least not the normal rest. Oh, the goblins have... what are these, like wargs?
By the 9 hells! Open the gates!
Death by a goblin arrow. That's a poor way to go. The goblins look kinda nice. In other Dungeons & Dragons game they're kinda generic, but they do look unique enough in Baldur's Gate 3. Oh, there's Wyll, the warlock, right?
The blade. And suffer its sting.
So battle has already started. The goblins have pretty low hit points, but there's a lot of them. The ones here should be focused on the other characters, I think. Where's Wyll? Here. He's under Feather Fall, which I guess is why he jumped all the way. So which goblin is gonna act first? The goblin boss. Yeah, he's close to the other enemy, so there's no point. Then the brawler, warg. I want to see the ones close to me. So this goblin here, and this one is close to Wyll, so it's gonna focus on him. Oh, we also have a bugbear. Interesting. Yeah, the enemy models are definitely the best in any CRPG so far. The warg is kinda big. The goblin chief is kinda... oh, this isn't the chief thing, like the shaman or so. Nice shaman stick. The tracker is on high ground, which is annoying. Oh, but we can climb enough to at least attack this one. Yeah, both are on high ground. But maybe we can hide with Astarion, since it's a bonus action, isn't it? For a rogue. Cunning action, hide. Yep. Now we at least have advantage, so it should help hitting them. And with a sneak attack too. I mean, 88%, that's good. Let's go! Oh, he had to move to the enemy. That's annoying. Why did he move all the way up here? I mean, at least he managed to stay hidden, I guess. Hyped for Baldur's Gate 3 builds, Medusa, yep. So am I. Hopefully I can release them soon enough. Definitely with Warlock first, because it's a class I enjoy a lot in 5th edition. Oh, we also have NPC allies all the way up here. Sounding the horn, nice, rallied. Did he rally us as well? He did. What does rally do? 8 temporary hit points. Okay, that's great. Get to the high ground. Well, we're the ones who will be getting to the high ground. Hopefully we have enough range to snipe the enemies here. Might as well do it with Shadowheart too. Actually, she can probably cast Blast now, because I don't think she'll be getting attacked by the enemies, right? They are all focused into the other targets here. Let's go for Blast. Pick our targets. Definitely our Warlock, herself, and Astarion. Let's get to high ground. Hopefully close to this goblin here. So yeah, he's threatened now, so he'll have disadvantage at ranged attacks. The goblin's move in a funny way. High ground all the way.
I need to find a way forward.
Well, the fact Astarion can stealth as a bonus action can probably make him useful, but just one sneak attack is so bad. Bonus, reapply Hex. And this one is definitely getting one shot. 75%, even with the blast. Well, let's climb even further.
By sickle and sword, strike them down.
Wow, Wyll, that's a nice hit. 1 damage with your Eldritch Blast. Dear lord. Yeah, high ground can be dangerous. That's why I want to go there. It's been dangerous for whoever is on low ground, not for us. Yeah, we are at high ground already. So let's focus into the weaker enemies first. Oh, Gale can actually put some enemies to sleep. But I guess the enemies here all have too many hit points first. Now let's kill this goblin. Has the lowest hit points of them all. Not enough movement. Why? He doesn't appear to be that far away. Okay, I guess. I mean, he is in range, isn't he? Just look at that. The wide circle. Anyways, I guess we can't attack it. Let's go for the Goblin Booyag. This one seems like a caster of sorts. 8 damage, that's nice. Oh wow, he went for us actually. Damn. What did he throw at us? Like a fire flask or what? That's a smart goblin. I think he threw a fire flask at us, right? Let's see. Oh, he cast grease, but it turned into an explosion. Maybe because I have the torch, I guess? But that's nice to know. No point in wielding torch in broad daylight, I guess. I wasn't expecting the fire effect. Oh, you live and you learn. I guess if I move, they probably take damage. Because of the fire, not sure. Anyways, we have the high ground. That's a really high chance to hit. And we can still use stealth as a bonus action. Oh, we can't hide here. Anyways, let's kill this annoying goblin caster. Should die with one attack. And done. Oh, the good thing is we were rallied, right? So the fire didn't do much damage. Wasn't expecting it though. Was a nice surprise. Yeah, still burning and under grease. So we have to move away from that first. As well go here. We don't want to stay on the greasy area, especially not a grease that's burning all around. Can she use a ranged attack? Yep. Oh god, she moved to the grease again to attack. Don't do that. Please don't. At least we don't take any damage when moving through it. Blast is helping us making the saves against grease too. And also the concentration saves, I believe. Anyways, reapply Hex. Oh, the warg is dazed. Well, both the goblins are low, but I might as well kill the chieftain first. He's probably the strongest, even if they aren't attacking us at the moment. He got pushed away, but we dealt kinda low damage, we rolled pretty low. I'm surprised that Wyll is moving so close to the enemies. You should stay away from them as a warlock. I guess he's more of the melee warlock type of guy. Anyways, let's blast this other here. We could actually use sleep now. But that's not much of a point, I mean. Everything is covered. At least we ain't burning anymore. But yeah, the turn duration is kinda low. I mean, blast is only gonna last for one battle. Which is why I said, you might prefer to go with... well, longer lasting spells like Protection from Evil and Good or Shield of Faith. Anyways, we can go for sneak attacks. And dead. Okay, so battle is over. That was pretty easy, besides being burned by the Goblin's Grease. And let's unequip the torch. I think that's what caused us to burn.
I wonder what they wanted here, other than...
You don't have to loot everyone. And might as well go for a long rest after this.
Breathe deep and move.
After we loot all their bodies, of course. Ritual staff, so that was the weapon the goblin was using. It looks pretty cool. A is for Azoth and other gods. Azoth is the god of magic. Well, one of them anyways. I'm not sure how their lore goes now, because I know a lot of gods died in 4th edition, then got revived in 5th edition. It's kind of a mess. But yeah, Azoth is the god of magic. Oh, Gloves of Power. On melee hit, possibly inflict a -1d4 penalty to the attacker's attack rolls and saving throw. That's great. But I'm guessing it's only for monks or characters that want to fight in melee. Spiked Shield. We don't have Shield Bash though, do we? Unlike Pathfinder. Is it better than Shadowheart's Shield? Let's equip the amulet too. Now both shields give the same AC, but at least the spiked shield looks cooler. Might as well have it.
No one back home will...
And we'll probably go for a long rest after this. I mean, we are going to enter this camp after all.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
There's probably going to be a resting area here, right? I mean, Emerald Grove.
There are children here, you fool!
We was running for our...
Where does one goblin there stand?
We lost him back at the ruins. Whole place is crop.
He trusted you.
Nobody forced him to go.
Well, they
with us.
clearly don't
He
like each
insisted.
other.
And when things got...
My God.
The human's eye twitches.
Wisdom
He's
inside.
about
The
to
human eye
blow.
twitches. He's about to blow. Take a swing at the tiefling, but why? I didn't select that. I mean, let's go for it, I guess. Of course we failed.
He acts before you can enter.
He acts before you can intervene.
Should have done that a long time ago. No one leaves my people out cold.
Let
He
him
was right,
speak.
though. Coming back to... I'd rather face another round of goblin.
With the same vigor he had for that for once.
Well, and that was it,
Try
I
to
guess.
avoid any more punching.
Can we
He needs to
pickpocket
find a
him?
healer.
I mean, the guy's knocked down. Maybe Astarion can do so. No, we can't.
Still
Sad.
bleeding, despite everything.
At least we are even closer to level 3 now.
A cheap shot, true to
Everything
form.
ran off.
And whatever your business, this attack will only strengthen their resolve.
No quarrel with druids. Although
There
in
have been
reality I would
several
love to be an
attacks
evil
by different
necromancer.
monsters.
Druids don't like
The
that.
druids blame us outsiders for drawing them. They've started a ritual. We can't stay, but we'll be slaughtered if we leave. I've tried. Korga. You, though? Perhaps you could persuade her. For more time.
Alright,
to
let's put our
prepare.
persuasion skills to the test.
Really? We're messengers now.
We owe
The
you a
character's
great
expression are
debt.
pretty good in Baldur's Gate
If we're
3
forced
too.
to leave now, you'll find the druids at the heart of the grove.
Alright, all we have to do is talk with the druids now. Well, don't we have to recruit the warlock too? I mean, he helped us in the battle.
Another step forward.
Pickpocket him when he's unconscious, yeah. Unfortunate, but we didn't get to pick that. The Hollow.
This is about your precious Baldur's Gate.
I care about our lives.
This grove is kept by Sylvanas Faithful. That's the main god of nature.
Take that back, right now.
In the Forgotten Realms. Let's just casually sit here while our brain is being devoured by the tadpole mind flayer. Anyways, we don't want the light source on, because I don't want to be greased to death in fire already, just like the last time. Let's save it for darkness and go back with our shank, even if we don't need to use it as a warlock. Well, anyway guys, I hope you don't mind, it's been really fun, but I need to take a break to eat now. Of course, more Baldur's Gate 3 content is coming very soon, hopefully at this weekend, especially with a beginner's guide, right? Because I know well enough of the game already, at least for some nice beginner's tips. And later, as I reach towards the end game and so on, build guides too, because I want to cover everything. I can do some beginner build guides too, but I don't think it's the same as covering the whole build at once, right? So hopefully it won't take me much time to get there. But thank you so much for watching, guys, I really appreciate it. See you very soon with more Baldur's Gate 3 content too, and of course more Pathfinder, as we are about to get new DLCs. We just recently got a very big patch too, which, as far as Zhalk said, is just to add future content, so there's that too. Thanks for being here, Aguna. You too, Trankas.